How long do most accident settlements take? Here's the settlement timeline breakdown most Nevada accident victims never see coming. If you're overwhelmed after a crash, that timeline feels terrifying. I'll explain what drives it and what you can do to protect your money and speed things up.
Red Rock Injury Law, Las Vegas. Rock! Solid recovery! Solid recovery! Rock! Red Rock!
Simple rear-end collisions with clear fault typically settle within 3 to 6 months. Take a recent Centennial area rear-end collision where someone treated for 2 months, hired counsel, negotiated for 2 more months, then 1 more month to process the settlement. That fits in the 3 to 6 month timeline perfectly. But add any complexity, multiple vehicles, disputed faults, or serious injuries, and you're looking at 12 to 24 months minimum. In Nevada, you have 2 years under our statute of limitations for injury claims to file your lawsuit, and that process on its own can add another 2 to 4 years. I'll show you which factors speed cases up, which slow them down, and the exact steps you can take right now. But first, you need to understand why insurance companies are pushing you to settle fast. Their playbook is simple but effective. They call you within days of the accident. They sound helpful and concerned. They offer a quick settlement that seems reasonable. They tell you it won't last long and make you feel difficult if you don't accept right away. Some even suggest you don't need a lawyer for such a simple case. It makes my blood boil how often insurance companies make quick, lowball offers, delay claim payments, or give accident victims the runaround, especially when you're experiencing pain and the stress of lost wages, usually while you're trying to figure out how to get around without a car. Insurers are profit-driven and often prioritize minimizing payouts, which is why delay and low offers are common tactics. What I'm about to share is precisely how we've helped countless clients push back against these tactics and get every penny they're owed. Nevada's unfair claim practices statute exists to prohibit unreasonable delay, yet insurers nonetheless often use delay and lowball tactics because they know most people need money quickly after an accident. Medical bills start piling up. You might miss work. Your car needs repairs or you have to get a new one. They use this pressure against you. Nevada uses an at-fault system with minimum coverage limits of $25,000 per person, $50,000 per accident, and $20,000 for property damage. These limits create a problem. If your damage exceeds these amounts, insurers panic and want to settle fast before you realize your case is worth more than the policy limits. However, if damages clearly exceed the at-fault driver's policy limits, insurers may quickly tender policy limits to avoid excess exposure, which can actually speed up some small to mid claims. Here's what they're really afraid of. Right now, you only see the immediate costs, emergency room bills, your damaged car, time off work this week, but you don't know about future medical treatment you might need, physical therapy that could last months, surgeries that might become necessary later, lost income from permanent limitations. Insurance companies exploit this gap. They offer settlements based on what you can see today, not what you'll face tomorrow. Don't give recorded statements with the at-fault insurance or sign a release until you know the full extent of your injuries or have legal advice. The truth is, your case timeline isn't random. It's driven by specific legal and medical milestones that determine your true compensation. There's one critical medical benchmark that most people don't know about that changes everything. That term is maximum medical improvement, and most people don't understand its role in valuing future costs. Here's what it means in plain English. MMI is the point where your doctor determines your condition won't get better without more treatment. Your body has healed as much as it's going to heal. Most people fall into this trap. They think they're ready to settle when their pain gets better, but MMI still might be months away. Settling before MMI means leaving money on the table. Nevada law recognizes future medical costs and lost earning capacity. but you have to prove them first. You can't prove future costs until you reach MMI. That's when doctors say what treatment you'll need going forward. Here's the timeline reality. Minor soft tissue injuries often reach MMI within weeks to a few months. Simple fractures and surgeries commonly take 6 to 12 months to reach MMI. And serious traumatic injuries like brain injuries or major spine issues often take 18 to 36 months or longer for a full prognosis. A real Nevada trial took about 24 months from filing to verdict when severe injuries and contested liability extended the resolution. When you rush your settlement, you can't predict what comes next. Back injuries often need multiple treatments over months. You might feel better after a few weeks, but disc problems can worsen later. Concussions seem minor at first, but cognitive issues can last for years. Soft tissue damage in your neck might require injections every few months for the rest of your life. This timing connects directly to when you get paid. Insurance companies want to settle before you know your full costs. They offer money based on what you see today, not what you'll face tomorrow. Maximum medical improvement is your medical finish line. Cross it first and you can demand compensation for every future cost and limitation. Your doctor might determine you have permanent impairment. They might say you need periodic treatment. They might confirm you can't return to your old job. Only with that information can you calculate a fair settlement value. If your doctor hasn't said that you've reached MMI yet, be cautious about early settlement offers. Settlements finalized before you reach MMI can't be reopened later for future surgeries or ongoing care. But even after you reach MMI and agree on a settlement amount, there's still more waiting ahead before you actually see the money. The settlement paperwork is signed, but several more steps happen before you actually get paid. Medical liens and subrogation claims must be resolved first, and this process directly affects when you receive your money. Here's what that means in plain English. Other parties might have legal claims on your settlement funds. Health insurance companies can place liens on your settlement. Medical providers who treated you can claim money. Government programs like Medicaid and workers' compensation have rights to recovery too. These liens must be paid first before you get your share. Nevada law gives these parties specific rights to your settlement money. Workers' compensation can recover what they paid for your medical treatment. Private and government health insurers want to be reimbursed for the bills they covered. Medical providers who agreed to wait for payment expect their money now too. After settlement checks are signed, insurers typically issue the settlement check within about 5 days to 2 weeks, but lien negotiations and the disbursement process typically add several more weeks, usually about 2 to 6 weeks before you actually receive your net funds. Here's the good news. Experienced attorneys often successfully negotiate liens down because they verify bills, challenge unreasonable charges, and use legal leverage. This negotiation takes time, but it puts more money in your pocket. Let me give you an example. Say you have a $50,000 settlement with $15,000 in liens. Negotiations could reduce that to $8,000. That's $7,000 more for you. Under recent Nevada law called Senate Bill 258, a workers' compensation carrier's lien recovery is now limited in many cases to the lesser of the full lien or 1/3 of the total third-party recovery. Medical benefits are generally shielded from future credit. That clarification has shortened lien disputes for many clients. Here's something you can do right now to speed up this process. Identify any hospitals or insurers who may have paid bills and tell your attorney about them early. Early identification speeds lien negotiations. Your attorney reviews each lien, negotiates with the providers, and verifies the amounts are correct. Some liens get reduced, others get eliminated completely. Understanding this timeline helps you to plan properly and avoid mistakes that could cost you thousands. But knowing these timelines also gives you something much more valuable than just money. The difference between a 3-month settlement and a 2-year case isn't luck. It's strategy. Knowing these timelines puts you in control instead of at the mercy of the insurance company pressure. If you're dealing with an accident claim in Nevada, don't let insurers rush you into a settlement that shortchanges your future. Get experienced legal help to navigate these timelines properly. Research and practice trends show represented claimants typically recover substantially more. often several times the value of an unrepresented claim. You have 2 years from your accident to file a lawsuit in Nevada if negotiations fail. Remember, insurers are a business. Treat their early offers with caution and get legal advice if you're unsure. Comment below if you want clarifications about timelines relevant to your case. And like and subscribe if this content helped you. If you're still in treatment, document everything and talk to an experienced Nevada attorney before signing any release. That simple step can protect thousands of dollars down the road.